Station Hakimpet, Fixed Wing Training Faculty at Air Force Station Yelahanka, Navigation Training School and Weapon Systems School at Air Force Station Begumpet and Air Force Technical College Jalahalli. Air Force Station Hakimpet is commanded by Air Commodore Vikas Sheel Singh Saini, Vayu Sena Medal. Air Force Station Yelahanka is commanded by Air Commodore Rohit Vijay, Vayu Sena Medal. Air Force Station Begumpet is commanded by Air Commodore Rishikesh J. Page, Vayu Sena Medal. And Air Force Technical College is commanded by Air Commodore Krishnamurthy Giri, Vayu Sena Medal.
Ladies and gentlemen, in a short while from now, the Akash Ganga skydiving team of the Indian Air Force will perform a breathtaking parachuting display right in front of you. Up above in the skies, you would hear and even spot an AN-32 aircraft flying at 5,000 feet. The members of the skydiving team will be jumping out of the aircraft and landing in front of you. From now on, there will not be a single moment that you would like to miss. So sit back, hold tight, and get ready to feel the adrenaline rush and keep your eyes glued to the beautiful skies above.
जब तक हम आकाश गंगा टीम के आगमन की प्रतीक्षा कर रहे हैं, मैं आपको परेड ग्राउंड पर प्रदर्शित विमान और हथियार प्रणालियों से परिचित कराती हूँ। परेड ग्राउंड के केंद्र में स्वदेशी लाइट कॉम्बैट एयरक्राफ्ट तेजस है, जिसके नाम पर इस परेड ग्राउंड का नामकरण किया गया है। तेजस विमान को केंद्र में रखकर आपके दाहिनी ओर हिंदुस्तान पिस्टन ट्रेनर 32 है, जिसके दाहिनी ओर क्रमशः मी-25 लड़ाकू हेलीकॉप्टर, जैगुआर लड़ाकू विमान तथा इंदिरा मार्क 2 रडार सिस्टम है। तेजस विमान को केंद्र में रखते हुए आपके बाईं ओर क्रमशः किरण मार्क 1 अल्फा, मी-8 हेलीकॉप्टर, मिग-27 लड़ाकू विमान तथा अंत में पिचौरा मिसाइल प्रणाली है। आपके पीछे बाईं ओर मॉडर्न मल्टीपर्पज हॉल है और दाईं ओर ओबेरॉय हॉल है। बैठने की जगह के पीछे पीने के पानी की व्यवस्था की गई है। परेड ग्राउंड के पीछे आपके दोनों तरफ शौचालय की सुविधाएं उपलब्ध हैं।
Our hopes, like towering Himalayan eagles, aim at objects in airy height. The little pleasure of the game is to view the flight. You may call it insanity, but we say, for God and country, we defy gravity.
Today, the aircraft is being flown
by squadron leader Suryaveer Singh. 9 अगस्त 1987 को जन्मी आकाशगंगा टीम ने लगातार न केवल विश्व में कीर्तिमान स्थापित किए बल्कि ऐसे पैरा जंपर्स को ट्रेन किया जो न केवल दुर्गम इलाकों में जाने में सक्षम हैं बल्कि दुश्मन के किसी भी इलाके में उतरकर अपनी कार्रवाई को अंजाम दे सकते हैं। भारतीय वायुसेना की स्काई डाइविंग टीम जो कि आकाशगंगा नाम से विश्व प्रसिद्ध है, यह आगरा में स्थित है, जहां पैराट्रूपर्स ट्रेनिंग स्कूल में इन्हें स्काई डाइविंग का प्रशिक्षण दिया जाता है। इस ट्रेनिंग स्कूल में वायुसेना के पैराट्रूपर्स के साथ साथ सेना के अन्य अंगों के योद्धाओं को भी पैरा जंप की ट्रेनिंग दी जाती है। Ladies and gentlemen, look up to your left and behind, and you'll be able to spot the aircraft.
While we wait for the aircraft to come overhead, allow me to give you a background check on the team's alma mater. The Paratroopers Training School is responsible for training all Indian airborne forces as well as providing a unique demonstration of free fall and canopy skills throughout the year. Each team member continues to take advanced training as parachute jump instructors.
Ladies and gentlemen, I would request you put your shades on and look up above in the sky and try to locate the free-falling birdies of the team. Coming in hot like a Halley's comet, piercing the clouds and the blue skies, the members of the team will shortly deploy their parachutes and paint the skies with colorful canopies.
Ladies and gentlemen, what you're seeing right now are these jumpers free falling, accelerating as their speed approaches 150 miles per hour. Shortly, all of these jumpers will split apart from the formation, fly away from each other and open their parachutes in split seconds. Look at those colorful parachutes opening in the air, just like blossoming flowers in a garden. Ladies and gentlemen, please give a huge round of applause for these jumpers who bring these colorful canopies towards the landing area for the heart-rushing flare landings.
Flying the Indian Air Force flag while depicting the motto of Indian Air Force, which is Nabha Sprisham Deeptam, or as we say, touch the sky with glory, is Squadron Leader CSS Devaya. Please welcome the Indian Air Force flag as it softly lands in front of you.
Flying the blue color canopy are Junior Warrant Officer J. Saran and Sergeant A.K. Shivran. Both of them have more than 700 jumps to their credit. Coming in next for landing in front of you with national flag is Junior Warrant Officer Arun Daya with more than 500 jumps to his credit. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the national flag. The next in sequence is Junior Warrant Officer Dharambir Singh, flying with red and white strippers, having more than 400 jumps to his experience. Junior Warrant Officer N. Babu has more than 800 jumps to his credit and is flying with blue and white colored canopy. Coming in next is the Akash Ganga team flag, being flown by Junior Warrant Officer Sunil, who has more than 500 jumps to his credit. As you can see, the team flag depicts the members of the team flying the huge tricolor flag with Akash Ganga name embossed into it. Please give a huge round of applause. Ladies and gentlemen, we hope you enjoyed the display as much as we enjoyed performing it for you.
भारतीय वायुसेना की आधिकारिक तौर पर स्थापना 8 अक्टूबर 1932 को हुई थी। तब इसे रॉयल इंडियन एयरफोर्स कहा जाता था। इसकी पहली विमान 1 अप्रैल 1933 को 6 RAF प्रशिक्षित अधिकारियों और 19 हवाई सैनिकों के साथ द्रिग रोड में अस्तित्व में आई थी। ब्रिटिश सरकार ने शुरुआत में वायुसेना का इस्तेमाल अपने महत्वपूर्ण बंदरगाहों की रक्षा के लिए किया। चेन्नई, मुंबई, कोलकाता, कराची और कोचिन में वायुसेना के केंद्र बनाए गए। 26 जनवरी 1950 को जब भारत गणराज्य बना, उस दिन भारतीय वायुसेना ने अपने नाम से रॉयल शब्द को हटा दिया और तब से इंडियन एयरफोर्स नाम इस्तेमाल किया जाने लगा।
After having seen the weapons and aircrafts display on the parade ground, let me introduce you to the Shurveer sculpture on the entrance of the parade ground. The sculpture Shurveer highlights the seamless integration of different facets of Indian Air Force, showcasing how each member's contribution is vital to the overall mission. The dynamic interplay between our combatants illustrates the harmony and effectiveness achieved when diverse skills and responsibilities come together in the line of duty.
कोई नहीं है, अस्सी नहीं 100 दिन दुनिया घुमा है, नहीं कहीं तेरे जैसा कोई नहीं। मैं गाया जहां भी बस तेरी याद थी, जो मेरे साथ थी, मुझको तड़पाती रुलाती, सबसे प्यारी तेरी सूरत, प्यार है बस तेरा प्यार ही।
Ladies and gentlemen, in a short while from now, the personnel of Air Force Warrior Drill Team will march in before you for a scintillating display of synchronized drill and daring as per their motto, Drill to Thrill.
वही दंडिगल को ड्रिल शुरू करने की आज्ञा दे श्रीमान।
One, two, three, four.
As the Air Warrior drill team marches out, you can see the Akash Ganga team marching in from your left. The team leader, Squadron Leader CSS Devaya, will now introduce the team members to the Deputy Commandant. The team members are Master Warrant Officer R.K. Singh, Warrant Officer Naresh Babu, Junior Warrant Officer Arun Daya, Junior Warrant Officer Sunil, Junior Warrant Officer J. Saran, Junior Warrant Officer Dharambir, Sergeant A.K. Shivran. Ladies and gentlemen, please give them a huge round of applause.
Light, बाएं चलेगा, बाएं, बुट, लाइट, दाएं से, तेज, चल.
Ladies and gentlemen, for over 9 decades, the Indian Air Force has relentlessly operated in peace and war and never let its guard down. We, the Air Warriors, are always prepared to defend our skies each and every time. Right in front is written the vision statement of the Indian Air Force: People first, mission always. Operation Sindoor displayed our ability to strike the enemy with unmatched precision and technologically advanced prowess, backed by exceptional morale and highest standards of professionalism, setting a powerful example for every cadet graduating today.
After the thrilling skydiving display by the Akash Ganga team and the daredevilry of the Air Warrior drill team, in a short while from now, today's parade, consisting of flight cadets who would be commissioned today, will be forming up in front of you. While we await the commencement of the graduation parade, we would like to take this opportunity to briefly acquaint you with the training pattern at this academy. In June 2024, 40 trainees commenced the pre-flying training course at the Faculty of Flying. These direct entry flight cadets of the flying branch were selected through Combined Defense Services Examination, Air Force Common Admission Test, and NCC Air Wing Special Entry Scheme. In December 2024, they were joined by flight cadets from National Defense Academy. Together, a total of 120 flight cadets of 216 pilot course of permanent and short service commission for men and women commenced ab initio flying training on Pilatus PC-7 Mark II aircraft. After successful completion of Stage 1 training, the trainees were trifurcated into fighter, transport and helicopter streams. Among the trainees from fighter stream, half continued the Stage 2 training at Air Force Academy on Aircraft, while the other half moved to Air Force Station Hakimpet for Stage 2 training at Fighter Training Wing on Hindustan Jet Trainer 16 Kiran aircraft. The helicopter stream trainees moved to Helicopter Training School at Air Force Station Hakimpet, while the transport stream trainees moved to Air Force Station Yelahanka. Additionally, the navigation stream trainees moved to navigate
on a tough journey to gain proficiency in their respective streams. Those in fighters will now go to Bidar or Kalaikunda for advanced fighter training on Hawk Mark 132. Helicopter pilots will go to Hakimpet and Yelahanka, while transport pilots and navigators will proceed to Yelahanka for their next phase of flying training. It is also pertinent to mention that 62 flight cadets of 216 pilot course who had joined Air Force Academy after completing training at the National Defense Academy have also received their B.Tech degrees in Applied Electronics and Communication from Jawaharlal Nehru University. Apart from them, 24 flight cadets from National Defense Academy who were inducted into the engineering branch have received B.Tech honors from Jawaharlal Nehru University.
Ladies and gentlemen, may we now draw your kind attention to your right to witness the solemn movements of the Nishan and Casing drill. The President's colors has its history engraved in ancient Indian traditions. In ancient times, whenever any military unit marched, it carried the flag of its king to demonstrate his supremacy. The flag was very significant as, if the army lost its flag to the enemy, it was a humiliation. And if the army captured the flag of the enemy, then it was a matter of pride, honor, and an occasion of victory. The tradition continued during the colonial rule. When the British Army moved across India, the regiments carried their version of king or queen's flag. When India became a republic on 26 Jan 1950, all these versions of the king or queen's flag were laid to rest at Indian Military Academy in Dehradun. These days, the award of President's Colors is the highest honor that can be given to any man.
September 1975 was a red-letter day in the short annals of this academy, which had the proud privilege of being the first non-combat unit of the Indian Air Force to receive colors from Shri Fakhruddin Ali Ahmed, the then Honorable President of India, at a parade commanded by Air Commodore Lakshman Madhav Rao Katre, Ati Vishisht Seva Medal, who later became Chief of Air Staff.
The Nishan Toli comprises 6 flight cadets who are specially selected for the occasion. Today, the Nishan Toli is being led by Flight Cadet Ronak Hudda, who is the Nishan bearer, followed by Flight Cadet Chetan Bhardwaj, who is the commander. The Nishan is being escorted by UTFO Satvik Samal, Flight Cadet Jay Kumar Tomar, Flight Cadet Ritvik Pandey, and Flight Cadet Pradyuman Shekhawat. Ladies and gentlemen, the parade is about to commence, and in a short while, the sounding of bugle will herald the beginning of the combined graduation parade.
gentlemen, keep looking ahead as the parade is now marching in, keeping in step with the famous tune of Sound Barrier. Look at their faces, filled with pride and eyes shining with determination. As they put their best foot forward, they march today on their way to become worthy officers of the Indian Air Force. Look at the marching contingents of the flight cadets in the blue Air Force uniform, arms swinging, heels digging in, heads held high, proud of the Indian Air Force heritage and motto, touch the sky with glory. Whether in the sky or on the ground, these air warriors would approach their task with confidence, dedication, and pride.
Now, the parade adjutant, Academy Cadet Adjutant Nitesh Kumar, will hand over the command to the parade commander, Flight Cadet Tanishk Agarwal. The armed forces perform parades for ceremonial purposes as a show of discipline, to display the military might and to instill confidence in the country's military forces. Parade is a powerful aid to inculcate discipline and to develop a sense of military pride amongst the personnel of armed forces. The precision of parade is not only a sign of good discipline and camaraderie, but also a crucial element in raising the standards of military service.
Ladies and gentlemen, may I draw your attention to your right as the Nishan Toli is about to march in before you. When the Nishan Toli is present at arms, all are requested to rise and those in uniform are requested to salute.
देवियों एवं सज्जनों, जब निशान को सलामी दी जाएगी तब आप सभी से अनुरोध है कि आप अपने स्थान पर खड़े हो जाएं और जो वर्दी में हैं वे सलामी दें। परेड हमारे समक्ष है। वायुसेना अकादमी के कमांडेंट, एयर ऑफिसर कमांडिंग इन चीफ प्रशिक्षण कमान एवं रक्षा सेवा प्रमुख के आते ही परेड सभी का अभिवंदन करेगी।
Ladies and gentlemen, after having introduced the flying branch in the beginning, let me now introduce to you what duty each officer of the ground duty branches who are graduating today would perform in the Indian Air Force. The Weapon Systems branch is responsible for operational employment of all ground-based and specialist airborne weapon systems. The flight cadets of Weapon Systems branch are streamed into flying, remote, surface, and intelligence. The third batch of 20 flight cadets from Weapon Systems branch would be getting commissioned today. The engineering branch is responsible for safe and efficient conduct of maintenance activities on aircraft, weapon, communication, information technology, and other support systems held in the Indian Air Force. 24 flight cadets of the engineering branch would be getting commissioned today.
The administration branch flight cadets are bifurcated into fighter controllers and air traffic controllers. Today, of the 44 trainees of the administration branch, 21 would be commissioned into the Indian Air Force as air traffic controllers and 23 as fighter controllers. The logistics branch flight cadets are trained in supply chain management, procurement processes, inventory control, and spares management. 29 flight cadets of the logistics branch will get their commission today. The accounts branch is responsible for the pay and allowances of all personnel posted at the stations. They are also responsible for the efficient financial management of all the funds. Today, 14 flight cadets of the accounts branch will get their commission.
The education branch is responsible for training and professional development of Indian Air Force personnel. They develop and implement educational programs, curricula, and training material. Today, 11 flight cadets of education branch will get their commission. The meteorology branch is responsible for providing accurate and timely weather information to support air operations. Today, 11 flight cadets of meteorology branch will get their commission.
Ladies and gentlemen, Mrs. Navita Arjun Vora, President, Air Force Families Welfare Association, Local, has arrived. She is being received by Mrs. Deepti Aswal. The combined graduation parade takes place twice a year at the Air Force Academy. The President's Commission is awarded to the flight cadets of various branches on successful completion of their training during this combined graduation parade. The major activities of CGP are to present arms to the reviewing officer and inspection of the parade by reviewing officer. This is followed by the commissioning ceremony, felicitation of award winners, oath-taking ceremony, and the reviewing officer's address. After the Nishan Toli exits the ground, the newly commissioned officers would march past the dais in a slow march. As they march past the dais, they offer their first salute to the reviewing officer. This marks the culmination of combined graduation parade. The planning and coordination of combined graduation parade and related activities have been accomplished under the guidance of CGP Secretary, Group Captain R. Bhaskaran.
देवियों एवं सज्जनों, एयर मार्शल प्रवीण केशव वोहरा, उत्तम युद्ध सेवा मेडल, अति विशिष्ट सेवा मेडल, वायु सेना मेडल, कमांडेंट, वायु सेना अकादमी का आगमन हो रहा है।
Ladies and gentlemen, Air Marshal Praveen Keshav Vora, Uttam Yuddha Seva Medal, Ati Vishisht Seva Medal, Vayu Sena Medal, Commandant, Air Force Academy has arrived. He is being received by Deputy Commandant, Air Force Academy. देवियों एवं सज्जनों, दीक्षांत परेड एक फ्लाइट कैडेट के प्रशिक्षण के दौरान और उसके जीवन का एक यादगार अवसर है। दीक्षांत परेड वायुसेना अकादमी में दिए जाने वाले प्रशिक्षण के संपन्न होने का प्रमाण देती है, जिसके बाद एक फ्लाइट कैडेट एक काबिल वायुसेना अफसर के रूप में कार्य करने के लिए पूर्ण रूप से तैयार हो जाता है। आप सभी के समक्ष प्रस्तुत परेड में मौजूद फ्लाइट कैडेट्स को विंग कमांडर SD राजा, सीनियर इंस्ट्रक्टर आउटडोर ट्रेनिंग, और वारंट ऑफिसर SK दहिया, वारंट ऑफिसर इंचार्ज आउटडोर ट्रेनिंग के काबिल दल ने प्रशिक्षित किया है। Ladies and gentlemen, Mrs. Nancy Singh, President, Air Force Families Welfare Association, Regional, has arrived. She is being received by Mrs. Navita Arjun Vora. आज परेड में नंबर 1 और नंबर 3 वायुसेना बैंड मौजूद हैं, जिनका नेतृत्व वारंट ऑफिसर MN हुसैन कर रहे हैं। वे एक क्वालिफाइड बैंड मास्टर और टेनोर ट्रॉम्बोन प्लेयर हैं। वे 1999 से गणतंत्र दिवस और बीटिंग रिट्रीट में भाग ले रहे हैं। इन्होंने फ्रांस, इटली और थाईलैंड में अंतर्राष्ट्रीय मिलिट्री म्यूजिक फेस्टिवल और टैटू में भाग लिया है। बैंड आज विशेष रूप से कार्यक्रम के लिए चुनी गई चुनिंदा सैन्य धुनें बजाएगा। शुरुआत में आपको साउंड बैरियर की धुन सुनाई दी। इसके अलावा आप स्वदेशी, लड़ाकू, ट्वाइलाइट, एस्ट्रोनॉट, एयर बैटल और बनिहाल भी सुन सकेंगे।
देवियों एवं सज्जनों, एयर मार्शल तेजिंदर सिंह, अति विशिष्ट सेवा मेडल, वायुसेना मेडल, एयर ऑफिसर कमांडिंग इन चीफ, प्रशिक्षण कमान का आगमन हो रहा है।
दीक्षांत परेड सावधान।
Ladies and gentlemen, Air Marshal Tejinder Singh, अति विशिष्ट सेवा मेडल, वायुसेना मेडल, Air Officer Commanding in Chief, Training Command, has arrived. He is being received by Commandant, Air Force Academy.
दीक्षांत परेड जय सलाम, सलामत जय। दीक्षांत परेड पंजाब जय। दीक्षांत परेड वेलकम।
आइए अब इस परेड में दिए जाने वाले पुरस्कारों के बारे में बताते हैं, ताकि आप उनके महत्व से अवगत हो। ग्राउंड ड्यूटी कोर्स से फर्स्ट इन ओवरऑल ऑर्डर ऑफ मेरिट प्रशिक्षु को प्रेसिडेंट्स प्लाक दिया जाता है। नेविगेशन स्ट्रीम से फर्स्ट इन ओवरऑल ऑर्डर ऑफ मेरिट प्रशिक्षु को प्रेसिडेंट्स प्लाक दिया जाता है। पायलट कोर्स से फर्स्ट इन ओवरऑल ऑर्डर ऑफ मेरिट प्रशिक्षु को प्रेसिडेंट्स प्लाक और नवानगर स्वॉर्ड ऑफ ऑनर दिया जाता है।
The Navanagar Sword was presented to Indian Air Force by Honorary Wing Commander S.D. Jadeja, the Jam Sahib of Navanagar, as a mark of his affection for the Indian Air Force. The sword was first awarded to the best all-around trainee of 115 pilots course on 23rd Jan 1976. From June 1992 onwards, it was replaced by the Chief of Air Staff Sword of Honor. From the CGP onwards, the Navanagar Sword of Honor has been reinstated.
Ladies and gentlemen, Mrs. Anupama Chauhan, President, Defence Wives Welfare Association, has arrived. She is being received by Mrs. Nancy Singh and Mrs. Navita Arjun Vora.
Ladies and gentlemen, in today's fly past sequence, 3 Pilatus PC-7 Mark II aircraft, led by Squadron Leader Ankur Sharma and Squadron Leader Saurav Nandal, flanked by Squadron Leader Lokendra, Squadron Leader Sandeep, Squadron Leader Parth Oza, and Squadron Leader Harsh Tyagi, will fly past as the parade presents arms to the reviewing officer. Later, 3 Chetak helicopters, led by Wing Commander Deepika Mishra, Vayu Sena Medal, will give an airborne salute when the marching contingent approaches the dais. When the parade present arms, once again in reviewing order, 3 Pilatus PC-7 Mark II would be flying past. Thereafter, as the graduating officers are marching past the dais, 3 Kiran aircraft, led by Chief of the Air Staff, Air Chief Marshal A.P. Singh, will fly past, followed by 3 Hawk aircraft, led by Squadron Leader Karan Kohli.
देवियों और सज्जनों, आज के हमारे समीक्षा अधिकारी रक्षा सेवा प्रमुख जनरल अनिल चौहान, परम विशिष्ट सेवा मेडल, उत्तम युद्ध सेवा मेडल, अति विशिष्ट सेवा मेडल, सेना मेडल, विशिष्ट सेवा मेडल का आगमन हो रहा है।
Ladies and gentlemen, the reviewing officer for today's parade, the Chief of Defence Staff, General Anil Chauhan, Param Vishisht Seva Medal, Uttam Yuddha Seva Medal, Ati Vishisht Seva Medal, Sena Medal, Vishisht Seva Medal, has arrived. He is being received by Air Officer Commanding in Chief, Training Command and Commandant, Air Force Academy.
जय जीवन दीक्षांत परेड आपके निरीक्षण के लिए हाजिर है जीवन। जय जीवन।
The Chief of Defence Staff will now inspect the graduation parade.
General Anil Chauhan, Param Vishisht Seva Medal, Uttam Yudh Seva Medal, Ati Vishisht Seva Medal, Sena Medal, Vishisht Seva Medal is an alumnus of the National Defence Academy and was commissioned into the 6th Battalion, the 11th Gorkha Rifles in June 1981. With a distinguished career spanning over 44 years, General Chauhan has varied operational experience of most terrain profile and has tenated several critical appointments, including that of the Director General Military Operation and General Officer Commanding-in-Chief Eastern Command. He served as the military advisor to National Security Council Secretariat before being appointed as the second Chief of Defence Staff of the country on 30th September 2022. As the highest ranked military officer, General Chauhan concurrently holds the appointment of Chairman Chiefs of Staff Committee, Secretary Department of Military Affairs, besides tenating the appointment of Chief of Defence Staff.
Now introducing you to the parade commanders. The Parade Adjutant, Academy Cadet Adjutant Nitesh Kumar. Number 1 Squadron is commanded by Academy Cadet Captain Siddharth Maan. Number 2 Squadron is commanded by Women Cadet Captain Pawn Sharmini Rajan. The Nishan Toli is being led by Flight Cadet Ronak Hudda. Number 3 Squadron is commanded by Squadron Cadet Captain Vishal Yadav. Number 4 Squadron is commanded by Women Cadet Adjutant Samiksha Joshi.
As Secretary, Department of Military Affairs, General Chauhan has been instrumental in ensuring strengthening of the department and functional amalgamation into the Ministry of Defence. He has been at the forefront of bringing about reforms in the functioning of Ministry of Defence and has contributed immensely with inputs as initiatives for Year of Reforms. Department of Military Affairs has successfully facilitated Cabinet Committee on Security's approval for a number of tri-services and service-specific operational reorganization, capability development, sustenance and human resource cases. A firm believer in India's resurgence potential, he has been a passionate proponent of nation's Atmanirbharta drive. He is married to Mrs. Anupama Chauhan. The couple is blessed with a daughter named Pragya, who is an architect working in Netherlands.
दीक्षांत बैंड को मंच से गुजरने की आज्ञा दे श्रीमान।
Now you can see the parade commander marching towards the left to take his position beside the parade adjutant.
The parade is now marching on the tune of Ladaku. When the parade changes from quick march to slow march, the band will play Twilight. हर शिखर अकेले हासिल नहीं होता। साथ मिलकर चलने का साहस कोई गैर नहीं रखता। एक फौजी की पहचान सिर्फ उसके नाम से नहीं होती। कभी पूछ कर देखो तो अपनी टुकड़ी से वे अपना नाम और अपने कर्मों से अपने टुकड़ी की पहचान बतलाते हैं। परेड में शामिल फ्लाइट कैडेट अब आपके सामने मार्च करते हुए अपने कौशल, तालमेल और अनुशासन का प्रदर्शन करेंगे।
Ladies and gentlemen, when the Nishan Toli passes in front of you, all are requested to rise and those in uniform to salute.
देवियों एवं सज्जनों, जब निशान टोली आपके सामने से गुजरती है तो आप सभी से अनुरोध है कि आप अपने स्थान पर खड़े हो जाएं और जो वर्दी में हैं वे सलामी दें। मंच के आगे से गुजरने से पहले परेड निकट लाइन से खुली लाइन में बदल जाएगी और धीमी मार्च करते हुए माननीय रक्षा सेवा प्रमुख का अभिवंदन करेगी।
As the marching contingent approaches the dais, may I now direct your attention to the 3 Chetak helicopter formation led by Wing Commander Deepika Mishra, Vayu Sena Medal, approaching from left to give an airborne salute to the reviewing officer. the parade would once again change formation to close order and continue with quick march to reposition in front of the dais. The band is now marching in front of you, playing the tune Astronaut, composed by Master Warrant Officer J.A. George, Vishisht Seva Medal.
Parade holds great significance in armed forces. The word parade comes from the old tradition of formation combat, in which the soldiers were held in strict formations to maximize their combat effectiveness. Although combat has given way to the coordinated multidimensional application of military force, modern military organizations still use parades on important national events, for ceremonial purposes, as well as to inculcate self-discipline. It reinforces discipline and esprit de corps and instills sense of pride in uniform. Parade is thus a way of life for the personnel in the armed forces, as it also portrays the might of the country's armed forces and level of war preparedness. As the parade contingent marches by, arms swinging in synchronization, heels digging in, we are proud of the burning desire that the training at the Air Force Academy has kindled in these young trainees.
इन फ्लाइट कैडेट्स के जोश और जज्बे को देखकर माखनलाल चतुर्वेदी की पंक्तियां याद आती हैं कि चाह नहीं मैं सुरबाला के गहनों में गूंथा जाऊं, चाह नहीं प्रेमी माला में बिंद प्यारी को ललचाऊं, चाह नहीं सम्राटों के शव पर हे हरि डाला जाऊं, चाह नहीं देवों के सिर पर चढ़ूं भाग्य पर इठलाऊं, मुझे तोड़ लेना वनमाली, उस पथ पर देना तुम फेंक, मातृभूमि पर शीश चढ़ाने जिस पर जावे वीर अनेक.
After the parade halts, it would present general salute to the Chief of Defence Staff in a reviewing order.
सज्जनों, अब आप देख सकते हैं फ्लाई कैडेट्स आगे बढ़ते हुए पदवी आयोगन के लिए 3 अनुभागों में मंच के सामने खड़े होंगे। वहीं आपकी दाहिनी ओर से जूनियर कैडेट्स एयर क्रू बैजेस लिए और कमीशन होने वाले फ्लाई कैडेट्स के कैप के सफेद बैंड और कंधे से सफेद फ्लैशेस हटाने के लिए अपना स्थान ले रहे हैं। आज फ्लाई कैडेट्स के 3 अनुभागों को रक्षा सेवा प्रमुख, एयर ऑफिसर कमांडिंग इन चीफ प्रशिक्षण कमान और कमांडेंट वायु सेना अकादमी द्वारा पदवी आयोगन की जाएगी।
दीक्षांत परेड, आयोगदान, पुरस्कार वितरण और शपथ ग्रहण के लिए तैयार है श्रीमान। जय श्रीमान।
The trainees being commissioned today are Flying Officer Tanishq Agarwal,
जय श्रीमान।
Flying Officer Yash Bahuguna,
Flying Officer Kapil Kumar,
Flying Officer Ayush Sai Prasad,
Flying Officer Thavnaujam Nibesh,
Flying Officer Divay,
Flying Officer Divyansh Swarnakar,
Flying Officer Harshvardhan Raj,
Flying Officer Devansh Vats,
Flying Officer Ankita Kothari,
Flying Officer Ankush Jha,
Flying Officer Sanjay GH,
Flying Officer Sarja Davre,
Flying Officer Aditya Kumar Dubey,
Flying Officer Chinmay Fating,
Flying Officer Anukriti Istwal,
Flying Officer Harshdeep Singh,
Flying Officer Anurag Verma,
Flying Officer Tejas Mahashabde,
Flying Officer Nitesh Kumar,
Flying Officer Anurag Kumar,
Flying Officer Romit Sharma,
Flying Officer Prashant Yadav,
Flying Officer Vishwas Yadav,
Flying Officer Anand Kumar,
Flying Officer Rudra Pratap Singh,
Flying Officer Ayush Chahar,
Flying Officer Ritik Bansal,
Flying Officer Trivikram Dwivedi,
Flying Officer Ghadge Siddhi Vikas,
Flying Officer Suryansh Raghuvanshi,
Flying Officer Mahendra Pratap Singh,
Flying Officer Anju Pandey,
Flying Officer Patange Chirag Sagar,
Flying Officer Aniket Thakur,
Flying Officer Aman Shukla,
Flying Officer Pawan Kumar Yadav,
Flying Officer Aditya Dev,
Flying Officer Tushar Punia,
Flying Officer Sriniket Fatangre, Flying Officer Mayank Singh,
Flying Officer Aditya Nilesh Gujarati,
Flying Officer Yashwardhan Singh Chundawat,
Flying Officer Amit Mankotia,
Flying Officer Nitin Sharma,
Flying Officer SM Abhinav Karthik,
Flying Officer Saksham Kumar,
Flying Officer Mohit Mishra,
Flying Officer Avikesh Chillar,
Flying Officer Pratham Bilgaiya,
Flying Officer Gurmukh Singh,
Flying Officer Ishita Gautam,
Flying Officer Karandeep Singh Patyal,
Flying Officer Ishan Kharra,
Flying Officer Anushika Pawar,
Flying Officer Jagdeep Singh,
Flying Officer Aditya Barnwal,
Flying Officer Ayush Tripathi,
Flying Officer Shivam Shardul,
Flying Officer Tilak Sharma,
Flying Officer Vidhi Jain,
Flying Officer Siddharth Man,
Flying Officer Dinku Soni,
Flying Officer Ankit Vashisht,
Flying Officer Samiksha Joshi,
Flying Officer Saksham Parashar,
Flying Officer Divakar Jaiswal,
Flying Officer Akshat Verma,
Flying Officer Harsh Malik,
Flying Officer Yash Mahajan,
Flying Officer Mohit Sharma,
Flying Officer Meenal Gaur,
Flying Officer Nayak Yash Prasad,
Flying Officer Praveen,
Flying Officer Jayant Jhabak,
Flying Officer Chayansh,
Flying Officer Yash Sharma,
Flying Officer Nitesh Chauhan,
Flying Officer Arsh Dhiman,
Flying Officer Tushar Swaroop,
Flying Officer Shubham Rawat,
Flying Officer Ayush Nayak, Flying Officer Sabanyu Bhumi Reddy,
Flying Officer S. Sanjeev Sujay,
Flying Officer Shashwat Singh,
Flying Officer Govind Shinde,
Flying Officer Jatin Balyan,
Flying Officer Nilesh Yadav,
Flying Officer Akash Bisht,
Flying Officer Anurag Pandey,
Flying Officer Praveen Yadav,
Flying Officer Shubham,
Flying Officer Aditya Raj Singh Shekhawat,
Flying Officer U Sharan,
Flying Officer Sibi Raj R,
Flying Officer Pratyush Vora,
Flying Officer Harsh Kumar,
Flying Officer Dhruv Verma,
Flying Officer Kuldeep Malik,
Flying Officer Harsh Kumar Singh,
Flying Officer Ayush,
Flying Officer Rajat Rabia,
Flying Officer Punna Ashok Sai,
Flying Officer Ayush Kumar Garhwal,
Flying Officer Harsh Pathak,
Flying Officer Akshita Jakhad,
Flying Officer Amit Joshi,
Flying Officer Ayush Kumar Singh,
Flying Officer Arjun Jaiswal,
Flying Officer Sudhanshu Bisht,
Flying Officer Priyanshu Bora,
Flying Officer Nandini Dwivedi,
Flying Officer Vaibhav Sharma,
Flying Officer Vishwanath Mirje,
Flying Officer Amritesh Srivastav,
Flying Officer Jatin,
Flying Officer Raghavendra Pratap Singh,
Flying Officer Aishanya Mishra,
Flying Officer CHVNSS Karthik,
Flying Officer Mukul Kumar,
Flying Officer Shubhi,
Flying Officer Abhijit Kumar KK, Flying Officer Mayank, Flying Officer Chirag Parikh,
Flying Officer Laksin Patel,
Flying Officer Anurag Chaudhary,
Flying Officer Manish Bajpayee,
Flying Officer Vivek KM,
Flying Officer Akashdeep Singh,
Flying Officer Vaibhav Pratap Singh Rathore,
Flying Officer Agrim Shantilya,
Flying Officer Rishabh Chauhan,
Flying Officer Shalini Chaudhary,
Flying Officer Y.S. Nagra,
Flying Officer Karan Tiwari,
Flying Officer Gitanvi Kantpal,
Flying Officer Jaskaran Singh,
Flying Officer Sanskar Diundi,
Flying Officer Garima,
Flying Officer Priyanshu Raj,
Flying Officer Shubham Kumar Jha,
Flying Officer Saksham Dobriyal,
Flying Officer Sumit,
Flying Officer Aditya Singh Bargit,
Flying Officer Anchal Sharma,
Flying Officer Mohit,
Flying Officer Ajay Pawar,
Flying Officer Akshat Ghosh,
Flying Officer Aditya Malik,
Flying Officer Mayank Kumar,
Flying Officer Harsh Tyagi,
Flying Officer Kush Pandya,
Flying Officer Menka Bhojak,
Flying Officer Sagar Suresh,
Flying Officer Shah Bhavya Prakash,
Flying Officer Vidhi Tomar,
Flying Officer Akshaj Rawat,
Flying Officer E. Suman Reddy,
Flying Officer Mahima Sharma,
Flying Officer Swayam Agrawal.
Flying Officer Ayush Thakur.
Flying Officer Aditya Soni.
Flying Officer Zubin Jain. Flying Officer Ayushman Tripathi.
Flying Officer Yash Sharma.
Flying Officer Abhinav Joshi.
Flying Officer Akhil Kumar.
Flying Officer M. Yashas Pramod.
Flying Officer Prasad Chandar Sathe.
Flying Officer Ashish Kumar.
Flying Officer Priyanshu Parmar.
Flying Officer Gaurav Chauhan.
Flying Officer Kumar Gaurav.
Flying Officer Yugandhar.
Flying Officer Sagar Chauhan.
Flying Officer Abhishek Pradhan.
Flying Officer Manav Kumar.
Flying Officer Saurav Rana.
Flying Officer Mehak Dahiya.
Flying Officer Ayush Raj.
Flying Officer Ajay Chaudhary.
Flying Officer Dev Sehgal.
Flying Officer Pansharmani Rajan.
Flying Officer Deepanshu Balodi.
Flying Officer Kulkarni Samarth.
Flying Officer Vishal Yadav.
Flying Officer Rishabh Nagar.
Flying Officer Abhishek Tawar.
Flying Officer Ankush Patel.
Flying Officer Charanpreet Kaur.
Flying Officer Gaurav Yadav.
Flying Officer Vishnu Vijay.
Flying Officer Prithvi Mahendra Patil.
Flying Officer Aryan Chauhan.
Flying Officer Shubham Gupta.
Flying Officer Ayush Kumar.
Flying Officer Birender Singh Bohra.
Flying Officer Himanshu Gangwar.
Flying Officer Prateek Pandey.
Flying Officer Ashutosh Varun.
Flying Officer Shreyas Temgire.
Flying Officer Surya Prakash Chaurasia.
Flying Officer Harpal Singh. Flying Officer Macmillan.
Flying Officer Bhavna Singh Kushwaha.
Flying Officer Gautam Rathore.
Flying Officer Rituraj Singh.
Flying Officer Vishal Jakhad.
Flying Officer Pratham Rohida.
Flying Officer Harsh Shakya.
Flying Officer Abhay Pathak.
Flying Officer Akshat Saklani.
Flying Officer Sandeep G.
Flying Officer Alok Narayan Singh.
Flying Officer C.H. Mahesh Manmad Rao.
Flying Officer Anmol Soni.
Flying Officer Garvit Kohli.
Flying Officer Anubhav Kumar.
Flying Officer Hima KH.
Flying Officer Hitesh Manhas.
Flying Officer Gagan Singh Kuvar.
Flying Officer KSVT Tejesh.
Flying Officer Saran P.
Flying Officer Ankit Singh.
Flying Officer Nishit Singh.
Flying Officer Zubeda Bodh.
Flying Officer Priyanshu Jakhad.
Flying Officer Harshdeep Ahuja.
Flying Officer Manoj Kesar Guthi.
Flying Officer Yatharth Chaudhary.
Flying Officer Saurabh Bisht.
Flying Officer K. Karthik Raja.
Flying Officer Gautam Kumar.
Flying Officer Shubham Kumar.
Flying Officer Vinamra Ghildial.
Flying Officer Tushar Sharma.
Flying Officer Aryan Sharma.
Flying Officer Bhagyesh Bhagwat.
Flying Officer Rohanveer Singh Rawat.
Flying Officer Mayank Malik.
Flying Officer Shivam Patil.
Flying Officer Anant Mishra.
Flying Officer Ajay Rathod. Flying Officer Somshekhar B. Biradar.
Now, the Chief of Defence Staff would award wings to 6 officers of the Indian Navy, 8 officers of the Indian Coast Guard, and 2 trainees from Vietnam.
Assistant Commandant Aravind R. Assistant Commandant Abhishek P. Jivane. Assistant Commandant Sanjay Singh Bisht. Assistant Commandant Siddhant Gupta. Assistant Commandant Kaustav Biswas. Assistant Commandant Rishabh Joshi. Assistant Commandant V. Ram Mohan. Corporal Wong Jiatrien. Corporal Le Nat Nam Khan. Lieutenant Vishal Singh Tawar. Lieutenant Tanay Kumar. Sub-Lieutenant Raima Sarkar. Lieutenant Abhishek Sharma. Lieutenant Abhay Malik. Lieutenant Ankit Jha.
Ladies and gentlemen, we now come to the crowning moment for individual achievers, wherein the Chief of Defence Staff would felicitate the award winners. President's Plaque, first in overall order of merit, Ground Duty Officers Course, goes to Flying Officer Nitesh Kumar of Administration Branch.
Thanks, Simon! Thanks, Simon!
President's Plaque, first in overall order of merit, Navigation Stream, goes to Flying Officer Saksham Dobriyal.
Thanks, Simon! Thanks, Simon!
President's Plaque and Navanagar Sword of Honor for standing first in overall order of merit, Flying Branch, goes to Flying Officer Tanishq Agarwal.
Thanks, Simon! जय श्रीमान।
The Adjutant Air Force Academy, Group Captain Harpreet Singh Malhotra will now administer the oath to the newly commissioned officers.
आप मेरे मैं बोलने के पश्चात अपना सर्विस नंबर, रैंक, नाम बोलें और मेरे साथ दोहराएं। मैं ईश्वर की शपथ लेता हूं कि मैं विधि द्वारा स्थापित भारत के संविधान के प्रति सच्ची निष्ठा और वफादारी रखूंगा और मैं भारतीय संघ की भारतीय वायुसेना में सेवा के प्रति वचनबद्ध रूप में ईमानदारी और विश्वसनीयता के साथ सेवा करूंगा और जहां भी आदेश किया जाए हवाई, भूमि या समुद्री मार्ग से जाऊंगा और अपनी जान की आखिरी सांस तक भारत के राष्ट्रपति और मेरे ऊपर रखे गए किसी भी अफसर के सभी आदेशों को मानूंगा और उनका पालन करूंगा।
जय श्रीमान। दीक्षांत परेड आपके अभिभाषण के लिए तैयार है श्रीमान। जय श्रीमान। Give them Vishra. दीक्षांत परेड Vishra.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Chief of Defence Staff will now address the parade.
AOCNC Training Command, Air Marshal Tejinder Singh, Commandant Air Force Academy, Air Marshal P.K. Vora, members of the faculty and staff, proud parents, distinguished guests, friends from the media, officers of parade, ladies and gentlemen. It's a matter of great honor and privilege for me to review the graduation parade of 216 pilot and ground duty officers course. The precision in drill movements, turnout of cadets, and the bearing reflects the high standard of military training and soldierly ethos that the Air Force Academy has instilled into you. Today is a moment of immense pride, not only for the Indian Air Force, but for the entire defense forces. For standing before me are the newest guardians of our skies, men and women who will carry forward a legacy forged through courage, fortitude, and commitment. I offer my compliments to the Commandant and instructors, staff of the Academy, for their relentless dedication in shaping you into professional air warriors and leaders of men. To the parents and families, I extend my greetings and compliments. Your faith, sacrifice, and unwavering support have enabled these young warriors to reach this proud moment. The nation will remain grateful to you for motivating your children to serve Bharat, our motherland. Dear officers on parade, today you join the profession of arms. is the most noble profession. On passing out today, you'll earn the unbridled love and respect of our citizens. This is the inheritance which you'll acquire without any investment. You'll need to contribute and build upon this for future generation of soldiers who follow you. As you take the final step from the portals of this academy, you'll no longer be a man, you'll no longer be a boy or a girl, you'll be a man and a lady. You'll no longer be a cadet, you'll be an officer. You'll no longer be a follower, but you'll be a leader. Each of these elevations bestows upon you a unique responsibility. As a man or a lady, henceforth, you will be responsible for your own conduct. As an officer, you will be responsible for the conduct of the men which have been placed under your command. Your anointment as a leader, however, bestows far greater responsibility than being an officer or a man. Henceforth, you will be responsible for all those who are around you. You will be expected to guide them, motivate them, and lead them. Lead them into all type of situations, conditions, and challenges. You will be assuming these responsibilities as an officer of Indian Defence Forces. As a senior most officer of the Defence Forces, I wish you all the best for the journey that lies ahead. I also have for you people some words of advice that will make this journey worthwhile as well as enjoyable. First, life is like riding a bicycle. To keep your balance, you have to keep moving. Moving forward in your career, you need to have balance, which I think will be important. Second, remember that the only thing dangerous, more dangerous than arrogance, is ignorance. You'll have to shun both. Thirdly, in matters of style, swim with the current. In matters of principles, stand like a rock. Both these aspects will be important as you move forward in life. Lastly, the true sign of intelligence is not knowledge, but imagination. My advice, pursue both relentlessly. You all are joining service at a time when profound changes are taking place. Geopolitical, geoeconomic, and technological changes. Even war and warfare is at the cusp of a major revolution. Indian Defence Forces are committed to adapt to changing environment and imbibe reforms to remain ready and relevant. A Chinese philosopher, Sun Tzu, had once said, "If you know the enemy and know yourself, you need not fear the results of 100 battles." That wisdom still endures. Today, you march into an era where victory will belong to those who ensure that the adversary knows nothing about us, nor should he know about himself once combat breaks out. In the cognitive battle space, where perception shapes decisions and information dictates tempo, the enemy must be unable to distinguish truth from deception, clarity from confusion, and silhouettes from a shadow. Remember that wars are won by creating and sustaining asymmetry. It's far easier to generate this advantage in emerging domains than in traditional ones. Battles in the older domains will always remain contested, often brutal. But in the new domains, they'll be smart, swift, and shaped by intellect, innovation, and initiative. The force that masters new frontiers is more likely to prevail in future conflicts. In the realm of air warfare, this truth is even sharper. Here, technology is not merely an enabler, it's a decisive factor. A single breakthrough, a single disruptive system can tilt the operational balance. This is why we are relentlessly pursuing new concepts and capabilities. Artificial intelligence-driven data fusion, manned-unmanned teaming, autonomous and unmanned systems, and cognitive domain operations are just a few of them. AirPower also offers the unique ability to respond with precision and control without escalating a situation. Your ability to absorb, adapt, and apply these technologies define our operational edge. Each one of you must strive for uncompromising professional excellence. Remember, mastery over your craft is not just an option, it's an indispensable. It's indispensable in battle. In war, there are no runners-up. The margin of error is nil, and the cost of complacency is unforgiving. You also joined the Air Force at a moment when a new normal has firmly taken shape, an era defined by high degree of operational preparedness, 24/7, 365 days. The intensity of operations may have ebbed, but Operation Sindoor continues. Our strength will lie in the ability to remain alert, agile, and prepared every hour, every day. Making victory a habit should be part of this new normal. Wars, they are not won by rhetoric, but by purposeful action. Around us, we often witness developments that signal institutional fragility and reactive adjustments. In contrast, India's strength rests on robust institutions, democratic stability, and unwavering professionalism of our armed forces. Today, each one of you stands as a proud representative of that strength, ready to uphold the nation's resolve. You are also entering the Indian Air Force during a phase of deep transformation of our armed forces. Integrated structures, joint operations, and national pursuit of Atmanirbharta in defense are shaping the future of India's military strength. Your journey ahead will be accordingly guided by Jai, the first word of Jai Hind, that's victory. J, that stands for jointness, fighting as one nation, one force. A, that stands for Atmanirbharta, trusted platforms and systems made not just for India, but for the world. And finally, I, for innovation, daring to think ahead and to be ahead of the curve. These three pillars will shape the future of India's combat power, and your generation will be the driving force behind this transformation. My compliments to the officers of the Indian Navy and Indian Coast Guard who have also earned their wings today. The joint training you have undergone here lays the foundation for unity that future operations will demand. This unity is not ceremonial, it's strategic, because India of today and conflict zones of tomorrow demand air forces that think together, plan together, and fight together. Your training here is a proof that integration is just not a concept, it's a lived reality. I also offer my felicitations to the trainees from Vietnam who are graduating today. Your presence strengthens the bond of trust and friendship between our nations. I wish you success in all your future endeavors. In a few moments, you will take your Pratham Pag as a professional soldier and as a military leader. Ahead of you lies a life of honor, sacrifice, and relentless pursuit of excellence. May you meet every challenge with the innate strength of your convictions and courage. Serve boldly, lead fearlessly, and let your actions add glory to the proud traditions that you inherit today. Thank you, God bless, and Jai Hind.
Saavdhan! Dikshant Parade! Uta Shast!
Ladies and gentlemen, the band will now play the national anthem. You all are requested to stand and sing along.
Dikshant Parade! Rashtragan! शुरू कर। जय श्रीमान। दीक्षांत परेड को ले जाने की आज्ञा दे श्रीमान। जय श्रीमान।
देवियों और सज्जनों, जब निशान को सलामी दी जाएगी तब आप सभी से अनुरोध है कि आप अपने स्थान पर खड़े हो जाएं और जो वर्दी में हैं वे सलामी दें।
निशान को लेकर जाओ। दीक्षांत परेड सलाम में चल। निशान को ले मत निशान चल। निशान को ले।
The parade is now marching to the tune of Banihal. and gentlemen, as the newly commissioned officers are marching out, up ahead you can see the flight cadets of the junior corps marching in. They will form up in two flanks through which their senior course, which has just been commissioned, will pass. The newly commissioned officers are taking their positions at the rear, waiting to step into their new world. Each step signifies their transformation into bold and responsible officers of the Indian Air Force, ready to serve the nation. Commissioned officers are now marching to the tune of Auld Lang Syne. As they pass through the formation of the junior corps in slow march, they receive their first salute from their juniors. Their hearts are filled with immense pride and satisfaction for having passed the cherished values and traditions down to their juniors. With every step, they recollect their memorable stay at Air Force Academy and people associated with them in their year-long training. These are the people who have helped them to make it to this day, an indelible moment for them and their families. Ladies and gentlemen, look straight ahead. The 3 Kiran aircraft formation being led by Chief of the Air Staff, Air Chief Marshal A.P. Singh. It is a matter of immense pride for this graduating course that the Chief of the Air Staff, Air Chief Marshal A.P. Singh is leading the formation. This special gesture by the Chief of the Air Staff reflects his trust and confidence in this course and elevates the passing out ceremony into a landmark occasion and a cherished memory for every officer on parade.
ना हाथ एक शस्त्र हो, ना हाथ एक अस्त्र हो, ना अन्न वीर वस्त्र हो, हटो नहीं, डरो नहीं, बढ़े चलो, बढ़े चलो, रहे समक्ष हिम शिखर, तुम्हारा प्रण उठे निखर, भले ही जाए जन बिखर, रुको नहीं, झुको नहीं, बढ़े चलो, बढ़े चलो, घटा घिरी अटूट हो, अधर में काल कूट हो, वही सुधा का घूंट हो, जिए चलो, मरे चलो, बढ़े चलो, बढ़े चलो, गगन उगलता आग हो, छिड़ा मरण का राग हो, लहू का अपने फाग हो, अड़ो वहीं, गड़ो वहीं, बढ़े चलो, बढ़े चलो। चलो नई मिसाल हो, जलो नई मशाल हो, बढ़ो नया कमाल हो। झुको नहीं, रुको नहीं, बढ़े चलो, बढ़े चलो। अशेष रक्त तोल दो, स्वतंत्रता का मोल दो, कड़ी युगों की खोल दो। डरो नहीं, मरो नहीं, बढ़े चलो, बढ़े चलो। सोहन लाल द्विवेदी द्वारा लिखी गई ये पंक्तियां संदेश देती है कि इन नवनियुक्त अधिकारियों के लिए आज की ये भोर इन पंछियों के लिए एक नई उड़ान लेकर आई है। ये वीर सपूत अपने भाग्य की ओर चल पड़े हैं और कहते हैं, जिंदगी की असली उड़ान अभी बाकी है। मंजिलों के कई इम्तिहान अभी बाकी हैं। अभी तो नापी है मुट्ठी भर जमीन हमने, अभी तो सारा आसमान बाकी है।
Ladies and gentlemen, look straight ahead. The Three Hawk aircraft formation being led by squadron leader Karan Kohli.
हर शिखर को पार करने का प्रण लिए, हर चुनौती का डट कर सामना करने का जोश लिए, चल पड़े हैं वीर सपूत एक नई राह पर। चल पड़े हैं लगाकर पंख एक नए आसमान की तलाश पर।
After the parade, you will be treated by a captivating display by Sarang display team and the Surya Kiran aerobatic team. Ladies and gentlemen, I now hand over the mic to Flight Lieutenant Pallavi Sangwan to take us through the thrilling display by the only helicopter display team of the world, the Sarang display team.
धुन पर परेड का जोश देखने के बाद अब आप सब तैयार हो जाइए हवाई प्रदर्शन के लिए, क्योंकि कुछ ही देर में आप सबको मंत्रमुग्ध करने और आज के इस ऐतिहासिक दिन की गरिमा बढ़ाने आ रहे हैं हमारे सारंग दल के हेलीकॉप्टर. And now our pilots are ready to dazzle this arena with overwhelming display of skill, grace and beauty. So everyone get ready to be amazed as we proudly introduce the brand ambassadors of the Indian Air Force, the Sarang Helicopter Display Team. The team is maintaining the mighty arrowhead formation, being led by the commanding officer, Wing Commander Abhijit Kumar with his co-pilot, Squadron Leader Aditya. और अब आप देख रहे हैं टीम को वाई फॉर्मेशन में तब्दील होते हुए. 216वें कोर्स की पासिंग आउट परेड के इस अवसर पर हमारी टीम इस वाई फॉर्मेशन से इन नवनियुक्त अधिकारियों के योद्धा होने का आगाज करती है. स्वदेशीकरण के माध्यम से आधुनिकीकरण, स्वदेशी रूप से निर्मित प्लेटफॉर्मों के संचालन और आत्मनिर्भरता का समर्थन करने की हमारी खोज का परिणाम है. और अब भारतीय वायुसेना की यह भव्य टीम अपनी अगली आकृति से आत्मनिर्भरता का उल्लेख करते हुए हवा में अंग्रेजी अक्षर आई का निर्माण कर आपके सामने से गुजरेगी. And this I stands for you, me, our motherland, and for these indigenously developed helicopters. Coming in from your right, Sarangs representing the Atmanirbharta of our nation, the India formation. Continuing with the introduction, the pilot in command of Sarang 2 is Squadron Leader Sachin Govind with his co-pilot Squadron Leader Rahul. The captain of Sarang 3 is Wing Commander Veer with his co-pilot Squadron Leader Nishank Avasti. Wing Commander Janpriya is in command of Sarang 4 with his co-pilot Squadron Leader Buddhi Sagar Dumre. And our number 5 is being flown by Wing Commander Ravish with his co-pilot Squadron Leader Ajit. और अब अपनी नजरें बाईं ओर बनाए रखें, जल्द ही लीडर के आदेश पर यह टीम डायमंड की आकृति में तब्दील हो जाएगी। आइए सुनते हैं लीडर की कमांड सीधे उनकी कॉकपिट से।
डायमंड को
हवा में डायमंड की यह आकृति खास इस बार के चैंपियन स्क्वाड्रन ब्रार स्क्वाड्रन के लिए। Do not shift your gaze, you are in for a breathtaking surprise. And there goes number 4 pulling up for a stall turn. The team performs under the ever watchful eyes of the team safety officer. For today's show, the safety officer is squadron leader Gokul, assisted by the videographers. And now, right above you all, Sarang 4 is exiting for a short while and will soon be back in the arena with more thrill. भारतीय वायुसेना अचूक अपने लक्ष्य में, अभेद्य अपने संकल्प में और सटीक अपने हर अभियान में. And to showcase these qualities, Sarangs are now positioning for the team's signature maneuver, the Dolphins Leap. All 3 helicopters flying abreast will pull up in the vertical plane and carry out a synchronized stall turn to the left. Please look straight ahead as Sarang 1, 2 and 3 run in for the Dolphins Leap. And ahead they go, like a dolphin in the ocean, Sarangs in Dolphins Leap. And as promised, there goes number 4 joining up with the formation. विभिन्न राष्ट्रीय स्तर पर प्रदर्शन कर यह टीम देश के युवाओं को भारतीय वायुसेना का सदस्य होने के लिए प्रेरित करती है. इन खूबसूरत हवाई मशीनों को पूरी क्षमता से उड़ाने के साथ यह टीम एडवांस लाइट हेलीकॉप्टर ध्रुव की योग्यता एवं पायलटों के कौशल को दिखाने के साथ साथ यह भारतीय विमानन प्रौद्योगिकी की प्रगामी प्रवीणता को भी दर्शाती है. मुझे आज यहाँ यह बताते हुए अत्यंत गर्व हो रहा है कि हमारी टीम वर्तमान में केवल एशिया की ही नहीं बल्कि पूरे विश्व की एकमात्र 5 मिलिट्री हेलीकॉप्टर डिस्प्ले टीम है. And now on this note, set your gaze straight ahead as the team will soon be rolling in for the crossover break. Both the pairs flying abreast will execute a synchronized banking, dramatically tilting towards each other until their rotors are nearly vertical and crossing in very close proximity. Look straight ahead for the crossover break as we await the leader's call.
Crossover break, go!
देवियों एवं सज्जनों, अब आप सब इन विमानों को और नजदीक से देखने के लिए तैयार हो जाइए, क्योंकि अब आपकी दोनों ओर से अंदर की ओर आते हुए हेलीकॉप्टर बहुत ही करीब से एक दूसरे को पार कर आपके समक्ष अपने अगले मैन्यूवर डबल एरो क्रॉस का प्रदर्शन करेंगे. इस अद्भुत हवाई प्रदर्शन को सफलतापूर्वक अंजाम देने हेतु हमारी अनुरक्षण टीम का अत्यंत महत्वपूर्ण योगदान है, जो इन 5 हेलीकॉप्टर को जमीन से हवा में उड़ान भरने से लेकर उनकी सुरक्षित वापसी तक की भारी जिम्मेदारी सुनिश्चित करते हैं। और हमारी इस टेक्निकल टीम के लीडर हैं विंग कमांडर प्रियांशु मुखर्जी, असिस्टेड बाय लेफ्टिनेंट कर्नल वरुण कुमार। And now the degree of difficulty has gone up as the team prepares for the sky spectacle, the level mesh. अपनी कठिनाइयों के स्तर को और बढ़ाते हुए एक दूसरे के आमने सामने एक समान स्तर पर 1 सेकंड से भी कम समय के भीतर दोनों ओर से आते हुए विमान एक दूसरे को मानो छूकर गुजरेंगे। बिना पलकों को झपकाए अपनी नजरें सामने बनाए रखें लेवल मेश के लिए। Everyone now get ready to witness the unmatched precision of our pilots even closer to you. Soon, both the pairs will close in towards each other and the pilots will execute a coordinated pitch-up, crossing each other's flight path with just a hair's breadth of separation. तो अपनी नजरें दोनों ओर बनाए रखें क्योंकि आपकी दाहिनी ओर से आ रहे हैं सारंग 1 और सारंग 3 और बाईं ओर से आगे बढ़ रहे हैं सारंग 2 और सारंग 4 लेवल क्रॉस के लिए। आप सबको यह जानकर अत्यंत आश्चर्य होगा कि ऐसे मैन्यूवर्स को अंजाम देने के लिए हमारे जाबाज पायलट केवल एक रोटर के फासले पर उड़ान भरते हैं। और अब एक ऐसा ही उदाहरण प्रस्तुत करने के लिए तैयार विपरीत दिशाओं से आते हुए सारंग 3 एवं सारंग 4 एक दूसरे को तेज गति से पार कर आपके समक्ष स्टॉल टर्न करते हुए अपने सिग्नेचर मैन्यूवर का प्रदर्शन करेंगे। लुक स्ट्रेट अहेड फॉर सारंग 3 एंड सारंग 4 इन हाई स्पीड क्रॉस। अनेक धर्म, अनेक रंग, अनेक भाषाएं और इस अनेकता में एकता ही हमारे भारत की पहचान है। एंड दैट trickles down to our team as well. Coming from diverse cultural backgrounds, speaking different languages, we all work together towards our common aim of winning hearts and saving lives. Right in front, we present a beautiful pulsating heart to 216 Corps and their proud parents. With love, Sarangs. And there comes our Cupid number 5 from your left, piercing straight through the beautiful Sarang heart. देवियों एवं सज्जनों, इन रंग बिरंगे हेलीकॉप्टर को देख भ्रमित न हो। आवश्यकता अनुसार इन सुंदर विमानों की भूमिका भी बदल जाती है। भारतीय वायुसेना के उच्चतम वायु योद्धाओं की हमारी इस टीम ने समय की मांग अनुसार सभी राहत कार्यों में भी अपने उड़ान कर्तव्यों समान ही अपनी उत्कृष्टता का परिचय दिया है। ऐसी उत्कृष्टता का अंतर्राष्ट्रीय स्तर पर अनेकों बार ही प्रदर्शन कर हमारी टीम ने भारत का नाम रोशन किया है। Since the team's formation, it has mesmerized the audience in Singapore, Chile, Germany, United Kingdom, Bahrain, Mauritius, Sri Lanka, Russia, Dubai and Egypt. और अब अपनी नजरें बनाए रखें ठीक सामने क्योंकि सारंग आ रहे हैं अपने आज के आखिरी मैन्यूवर के लिए। Ladies and gentlemen, look straight ahead as the team is rolling in for the grand finale of today's display. The Sarang split on the soul-lilting tune of Vande Mataram. As the formation splits, the leader will pull up to present a salute to the nation. We shall listen out for the leader's call.
Split, go!
तो देवियों और सज्जनों, ये थी भारतीय वायुसेना की सारंग हेलीकॉप्टर डिस्प्ले टीम। आज के इस अवसर पर सभी 216 कोर्स के नवनियुक्त अधिकारियों और उनके गौरवान्वित माता पिता को सारंग टीम बधाई देती है। और इसी के साथ मैं सारंग टीम की कमेंटेटर फ्लाइट लेफ्टिनेंट पल्लवी सांगवान आपसे विदा लेती हूँ।
लो चल पड़े हम भरने अपने सपनों की उड़ान, अब चाहे आंधी हो या तूफान, हमें रोक पाना अब नहीं आसान, ना मेहनत का कोई अनुमान, भारत माँ पर अब सब कुछ बलिदान। लो चल पड़े हम भरने अपने सपनों की उड़ान। इन्हीं पंक्तियों की तरह भारतीय वायुसेना के हर अफसर के सपनों को उड़ान देती है एयर फोर्स एकेडमी। और आज 216 कोर्स की कमीशनिंग को और भी यादगार बनाएंगे सूर्य किरण एरोबैटिक टीम, जिसका नेतृत्व कर रहे हैं हमारे कमान अधिकारी ग्रुप कैप्टन अजय दशरथी 177 पीसी कात्रे स्क्वाड्रन। और हमें ये बताते हुए अत्यंत गर्व महसूस हो रहा है कि ये टीम केवल भारत की ही नहीं बल्कि पूरे एशिया की इकलौती 9 एयरक्राफ्ट एरोबैटिक टीम है। So let's take up the thrill because we will now present the only 9 aircraft aerobatic team in all of Asia, which will take over the skies of Air Force Academy and perform the most hair-raising, gravity-defying stunts which are sure to leave you spellbound. सूर्य किरण टीम की स्थापना सन 1996 में हुई और इस टीम ने 2011 तक किरण विमान में एरोबैटिक्स का प्रदर्शन कर भारतीय वायुसेना का नाम रोशन किया। साल 2015 में इस टीम की पुनर्स्थापना हुई, मगर इस बार हॉक मार्क 132 विमान पर, जिसे आज आप बहुत ही नजदीक से देख पाएंगे। Ladies and gentlemen, please keep your gaze up towards the sky because in less than a minute from now, you will see 9 magnificent jets flying right above you in the skies of Air Force Academy. The Indian Air Force is well known for its precision, discipline and accuracy. And today, the Surya Kiran aerobatic team will demonstrate just that through teamwork and trust. And please look towards your left because here's presenting the pride of India, the Tejas formation. हर फॉर्मेशन में लीडर के बाईं तरफ उड़ान भर रहे हैं नंबर 3 स्क्वाड्रन लीडर एडवर्ड प्रिंस, नंबर 5 स्क्वाड्रन लीडर गौरव पटेल एंड नंबर 9 स्क्वाड्रन लीडर विष्णु। कृपया इन विमानों पर अपनी नजरें बनाए रखें क्योंकि जल्द ही आप देखेंगे एक विमान को फॉर्मेशन से अलग होते हुए।
And there goes Wing Commander Tejeshwar Singh. But don't worry, he will be back soon. Positioning from your left now, the aircraft have formed the shape of the letter V. V stands for victory and is dedicated to all the officers who have earned their stripes and wings today. From your left, here's presenting the victory formation.
सरहदों के वास्ते लोहे की एक दीवार है हम दुश्मनों के वास्ते होशियार हैं तैयार हैं अब जो भी हो.
And now please shift your gaze towards the left as number 7 positions for an inverted run. And now, please brace yourselves and sit tight as the aircraft blazes through the sky right above us at more than 800 kilometers per hour to present the vertical Charlie. And now please look straight ahead. Positioning from above the Tejas aircraft in front of you, you will see the aircraft approach you together. And they will soon pull up towards the sky. Well, we are just getting started. That was the end of the composite phase of the display, where you saw the aircraft flying together. But now the team will commence the synchronous phase, where the aircraft will approach you from different directions and bring the action much lower and closer to you. टीम के पहले सिंक्रोनस मैनूवर के लिए कृपया अपनी दाहिनी तरफ देखें. रडार बिल्डिंग की दिशा से आगमन करेंगे स्क्वाड्रन लीडर विष्णु और स्क्वाड्रन लीडर गौरव पटेल. And flying in from your left will be Squadron Leader Ankit Vashisht and Squadron Leader Rahul Singh, presenting the barbed wire cross. So please look to your right and your left. And now, please look to your left. You will see the aircraft form a helix in the sky, which resembles the shape of the DNA. And in our DNA, we store the team's motto, always the best. Please look to your left as the team presents the DNA maneuver. And now, from your left, above the Pichora missile, you will see the aircraft perfectly aligned one behind the other and roll together gracefully as they pull up towards the sky. Flying right behind one another, they will show us how our soldiers always have each other's backs. Here they are positioning from above the Pichora missile on your left. This moment is also a salute to the distinguished ex-Suryakiran team members who have laid the foundation of excellence and precision. We are honored today to have among us Air Marshal Shri Kumar Prabhakaran, Ati Vishisht Seva Medal, Vayu Sena Medal, retired. Air Marshal Praveen Keshav Vora, Uttam Yuddha Seva Medal, Ati Vishisht Seva Medal, Vayu Sena Medal, and Air Commodore Vikas Sheel Saini, Vayu Sena Medal. Ladies and gentlemen, now coming in from your left, these three jets will fly gracefully past you. Please do give them a huge round of applause. And now please look to your right in the direction of the radar building as these aircraft roll together. Keeping these aircraft always shiny bright and ready to rock and roll is our technical team, which is led by Wing Commander Abhimanyu Tyagi, Wing Commander Sandeep Dhayal and Flight Lieutenant Manil Sharma. And now you will see our pilots turn into artists and paint a beautiful picture in the skies of Air Force Academy. देवी और सज्जनों, कृपया तेजस विमान के ठीक ऊपर ही अपनी नजरें बनाए रखें क्योंकि अगला प्रदर्शन है बहुत ही खास। These maneuvers that you see in the sky above you today have been made possible by intense training and practice done by our fighter pilots. And on that note, please look right above as our synchro buddies number 8 and 9 are ready to draw a beautiful heart in the sky. This Suryakiran heart is dedicated to all the officers who have earned their stripes and wings today. And that's squadron leader Rahul Singh drawing an arrow through the heart, congratulating the proud families present here today. And now please brace yourselves as squadron leader Gaurav Patel buzzes through the sky and presents the half Cuban.
Oh gracious one, you're the sun that dispels the darkness of the unlettered. You're the stream of consciousness for the unthinking fool.
और अब आपके ठीक सामने तेजस विमान के ऊपर से टीम आपकी ओर बढ़ती नजर आएगी और लीडर के आदेश पर ये विमान सूर्य की किरणों की तरह आसमान में फैल जाएंगे. So please look straight ahead and in a short while from now you will hear the leader's special message straight from his cockpit.
Team wishes all the cadets of 216 course and their proud parents blue skies and happy landings. Jai Hind.
और ये था टीम का एरियल सल्यूट हमारे मुख्य अतिथि और आज की ऑडियंस के लिए. You will be glad to know that the pilots of the Suryakiran team will be landing at the Air Force Academy and in a short while will be coming in to meet you all. आशा है कि ये शो देखकर आपको भी उतना ही आनंद आया होगा जितना हमें इसे आपके समक्ष प्रस्तुत करके आया है.
Ladies and gentlemen, that was indeed a thrilling and splendid performance. Hope you enjoyed the air show as much as we enjoyed presenting it to you. We request you all to remain seated till the reviewing officer departs from the parade ground.